Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Scholes. Today's story is a North American folktale captured by Charles Skinner, and it is a very familiar tale to those from New England. Like many of the tales, it includes a ghost ship. This is the New Haven Storm Ship. In 1647, the New Haven colonists, who, even at that early day, exhibited the enterprise that has been a distinguishing feature of the Yankee, sent a ship to Ireland to try to develop a commerce, their trading posts on the Delaware having been broken up by the Swedes. When their agent, Captain Lamberton, sailed, in January, the harbor was so beset with ice that a track had to be cut through the floes to open water 5 miles distant. She had, moreover, to be dragged out stern foremost, an ill omen, the sailors thought, and as she swung before the wind, a passing drift of fog concealed her for a moment from the gaze of those on shore, who, from this, foretold things of evil. Though large and new, the ship was so walty, inclined to roll, that the captain set off with misgiving, and as she moved away the crew heard this solemn and disheartening invocation from a clergyman on the wharf. Lord, if it be thy pleasure to bury these our friends in the bottom of the sea, take them. They are thine. Save them. Winter passed. So did spring. Still the ship came not. But one afternoon in June, just as the rain had passed, some children cried, "There's a brave ship!" For, flying up the harbor with all sail set and flaunting colors, was a vessel, the very mold of our ship, the clergyman said. Strange to tell, she was going flat against the wind. No sailors were on her deck, and she did not toss with the fling of the waves. There was no ripple at her bow. As she came close to land, a small figure appeared on the quarter, pointing seaward with a cutlass. Then suddenly her maintop fell. Her masts toppled from their holdings. The dismantled hulk careened and went down. A cloud dropped from heaven and brooded for a time above the place where it had vanished. And when it lifted, the surface of the sea was empty and still. The good folk of New Haven believed that the fate of the absent ship had been revealed at last, for she never came back, and Captain Lamberton was never heard from. And that is the New England folktale of the New Haven Storm Ship by Charles Skinner. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere that you like to get your podcasts. You can also follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio and TuneIn Radio, and you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every weekday morning. Thanks for listening.